Ba week, grown up week, ninny bong. Wasn't too much of a fan for it after I got it, but I like this one a lot better. This reminds me when Optimus Prime came back and then he, in essence, took himself out, flying the ship into the ship with the spores into the sun.
Honestly, it reminds me of this particular one. Reminds me of RID Megatron.
This is the second time that this has happened, and as many times as we've been online, that there's a figure that I like, or I'm in one case I bought. Welcome back, BVC fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And welcome to the first week of September. I actually just realized that we're already with our second show in September. Can't believe it. We're almost at 500 subscribers, y'all. This is really exciting. Our goal was to hit 500 subscribers before TFCon, so please continue to subscribe. We really appreciate it. And let's hop right on into the news. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes, so before we get into some scary news, let's start off with an Easter egg. And this is from Starfield, which is a new video game, I guess. I had known nothing about it besides it's made by Bethesda, I believe. And Bobby, what do they say in this?
Ba week, grown up week, ninny bong.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool that they added that in there. But yeah, so if you guys are playing this game, let us know if you got this Easter egg.
Yeah, that's really cool. I know I haven't tried to say it to anybody. Maybe if I was single, I'd use it as a pickup line. Probably
well,
not.
I don't think you need to use it as a pickup line, but you could probably say it to some people at TFCon and hear it said back to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe that's a face.
So we do have some scary news, but I think this is the scariest news, and that's Rise of the Beasts. It concluded its box office run. I don't want to talk too much about it, but it did do the worst out of all the Transformers movies. So worldwide, it made 438 million, which is still a lot of money. But Bumblebee did 467 million, and The Last Night, which I think a lot of people consider the worst, even though I don't, and that's 605 million. So we'll see what this means for the live action Transformers movies in the future. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon, though.
I think the worst part about this is how much they spent on the movie. So not only do you have the budget for the film, but then you have all the marketing that goes into it. I mean, we saw Rise of the Beast everywhere, and they had those statues going all over the world as well. So they put a lot of money into the marketing on this as well. So that also probably really hurt it.
Yeah, but I think, like that one report showed, is they're making a lot of money off of the merchandise. So I would like a complete breakdown of everything and everything that it costs and everything that they got out of it, because they could be way in the green if you count all the toy sales.
Well, that's actually a different line, because the movie was with Paramount, the toys are with Hasbro. So Hasbro's making money, but Paramount lost the money on the movie. So there's two buckets there.
I'm still sure it's a joint venture where Paramount gets some of that money. Just like Hasbro gets some of the money from the movie. Because they're licensing it to Paramount, and Paramount is licensing it, the movie designs, to Hasbro.
I don't know. I wonder about that, but I think that maybe Hasbro might be getting money from Paramount using the licensing. I'm not sure if Paramount would be getting any money from the toys, but that's something. If anybody knows, please let us know in the comments.
That would be a very interesting thing to look up. Just to see how everything works. Anyways, let's get into what is just announced. And now I think this is what everybody's been waiting for. This is the scary thing I've been talking about, and that's Frankentron, the new collab. It goes with their Draculus. I really hate these names. I'm going to be honest with you. But what do you think about this guy?
As soon as I saw it, I said, James is going to absolutely love this. and I sent it to you as I was putting in my pre-order. So I actually have the Draculus, which I wasn't too much of a fan for after I got it, but I like this one a lot better.
Yeah, so I also have the Draculus. I regretted buying it. It didn't really have anyone on the shelf. It's actually packed away. This does look better. I do like the colors. I really like that green that they used. There are a few things, though, that turn me off on it, and that is that horribly placed Decepticon insignia on his chest. And the one on the side of the vehicle mode looks kind of cool. I hate the head. It looks great, but he's literally a pinhead. Like, it looks like you could plug something into it and it's a 5mm peg. It looks, I don't like that. It needed to be bigger. And the breaking point for me was the hands. They don't swivel and they're pointed down, so I guess he has reverse gorilla arms. And that is totally horrible for anything. Completely took me out of this. And then I found out it was $35. So this is a Voyager priced figure, but it's a deluxe, figure. And it is, I get there's licensing and all that involved and a lot of remolding and stuff, but I'm not getting it because of that price alone, because I have to stand by my morals. This is how they get you to start paying $35 for deluxes. They put in this, and then slowly Hasbro's going to raise it up, and the price is going to be $30, and then it's going to be $35. And then their justification, well, you bought the Frankentron for $35. Why wouldn't you buy a new one? That's what I think this is really trying to do. And I'm out on this. It's not worth it for a deluxe. That $35 can go so much further than something that I probably wouldn't even display.
I actually, I want to disagree with you, but it's funny. That's the same thing I said. My wife told me about.
I had her. She didn't tell me that, but her voice was still ringing in the back of my head when I saw that price.
Yeah, when she talked about the Roboson Grimlock, and talking about how if we stop supporting these higher price figures, they are going to be forced to lower the price. I really like the weapon on this. That blast effect is really, really cool. I think that's probably a big selling point. I like the colors of this as well. The weapon looks cool, and I think that this is a lot better than the Dracula that they came out with, because that just looked like it looked truly like a mold, or excuse me, it looked like the same mold with just some different colors or whatever. This actually looks a lot different than the original figure. I love the weapons. I love the colors. The head is small, but I think this is where you're looking at more of an exclusive type price than you are the mainline type price. So I understand where you're coming from with the price hike, but I guess I feel a little bit better about it being that it's somewhat of an exclusive. If this was a mainline figure, I would be right there with you.
To me, it's practically a mainline figure. All the collaborations are. I mean, I've gotten some of the exclusives just recently. The Shattered Glass Rodimus, Magnificus, and all their paint is coming off already. Just transforming it once, I already got scratches on it. Magnificus had paint coming off of the chest. So this is going to do the same thing. It's painted. There's quite a bit of paint, which I give them props for, but the paint's going to come off just like the other ones. It's not worth the $35 to me. I'm happy. To you and everybody else that wants this. But if it was $25, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat. But $35, no, ain't going to happen.
Well, let us know if you're going to pick it up, and if you are, why. And if you're not going to pick it up, let us know why you're not going to pick it up as well.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. But let's move on to something that I think you're going to be picking up along with this, and that is this watch. So this is from Transformers X Seiko collaboration, and this is a limited, obviously, G1 Optimus Prime. Now, we all know, well, at least I know, if you've been watching our show when we talk about watches, he's the watch guy. What are you going to do about this?
I have to see how big the face is. And it's funny that I'm not wearing a watch now, but usually I like the bigger faces on my watches. But this is really cool. And I love the bottom dial is a matrix. Mm-hmm. That is really, really cool. I could potentially see myself picking this up. Um, I have to see what the price is and availability and how big the face is. This could be something I pick up.
Next up, we've got this guy. Do you know who this is, Bobby?
I do not know who it is, but it looks like he's listening to something Soundwave, Blaster, or Jazz is playing. No, actually, I saw something about him. I think he's doing a kind of like he's writing a book or something like that about how Transformers got around before the internet or something around that.
Exactly. So this is James Roberts, and it is the former IDW More Than Meets the Eye writer. So he was writing the comics, and he's going to be compiling, I guess, pre-internet Transformer fandom and zines, so magazines, and that's actually really cool. I mean, I really like that. You know, being a fan of heavy metal, all the heavy metal fanzines, I used to look at them all online, and I think there's a few books, and I have one of them, I believe. So I would totally be interested in picking this up if the price is right.
I wasn't into heavy metal as much. I guess I was when I was in like junior high. I used to actually like some heavy metal back then. But I will actually look at yours when you pick it up and see if it's something that I would like to pick up.
But usually these books are hardbacked and are like $50 to $60, and I wouldn't get that. But it's really cool, regardless, that he's preserving that portion of history.
Well, it is kind of interesting how things, and it makes sense because I never really knew about any of the Transformer conventions or anything like that. Actually, I just learned about, and I'm from San Diego, so this is crazy. I just learned about San Diego Comic-Con maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So, you know,
Seriously?
Yeah. It just
okay.
wasn't my, and I mean, one, I didn't really get into comics or anything. So, you know, any kind of comic conventions or whatever. We just had Dragon Con here this weekend in Atlanta. So, you know, I didn't go to that. I just started seeing that probably, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that. One of my coworkers and his wife used to always go and told me about it. So, but now I guess I'm in that world doing Transformers. So as I said, I'll look at it when you pick it up.
Okay. Well, we will have to see when that is. And let's move on to something that I think you should buy for your Dragon Con. And that's Rise of the Beast Rhinox, Bumblebee, and Optimus Prime costumes. So you could go cosplaying as your favorite character, Rhinox from Rise of the Beast, who had so many lines. And he was obviously the best well-written character.
And it's clearly a Walmart exclusive as well. So
hard to get for $15.
Yes. So, you know, I think since that's a boy size, I think I may be able to fit it up to my thigh or something like that. Maybe, who knows? But I know I will make you a deal here. I will get a Optimus mask when you put on that Megatron outfit.
Oh, that one?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't mind scaring all the little kids walking around. So we'll see what happens. But what is actually really cool is they have Optimus's blaster for sale as well. This thing looks really cool. Put some, gunmetal weathering on it, and you could put that up on a mantelpiece, and I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, and I like the colors of it. The first thing I said was that's not the right colors, but then I get it. You know, toy guns, got to be careful. You know, it's definitely, you know, a toy gun, and hopefully there's no problems with that. It would be cool. So I remember as a kid, we had these water guns called I think it was Intertech or something like that, and
Yes.
they're battery operated guns. They had like AKs and Uzis and things. Those are like the best things in the world. If this was a big water gun, I'd be so over. I'd buy this in a heartbeat. and shoot my wife and my kid and my dogs and
well,
you.
I wouldn't recommend shooting any of them with water, but you know, you do you. You'll have to deal with that wrath later.
Yeah, they're like gremlins anyway, so they'll probably mutate and have like 4 more pop out.
Well, best of luck to you with that. Let's move on to this. So this is Unix Square's G1 Optimus Prime bust. So it's a prototype. It looks pretty good for what it is.
This brings back another sad moment for me in Transformers cartoons. This reminds me when Optimus Prime came back and then he, in essence, took himself out, flying the ship into the ship with the spores into the sun, and his arms and stuff were kind of like all gone. And you know, this is what I thought of when I first saw that, and so I just had a little sad moment. Get that little tear out of that happening in that scene, and but I'm not a bus person, but this one looks really good though. But that's without the arms. That's what it makes me think of.
I won't be able to look at this without thinking of a dismembered Optimus from now on, but it does look good for what it is.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
No, second. Third tier.
I think they formed in both eyes at times.
All right. Well, Earthspark is getting a release in Japan. But the more interesting news is that they will actually be doing better decos on the toys, like they used to in the, you know, early to mid 2000s. So this gets me excited because some of those Takara decos were 100 times better than Hasbro's. So I'm hoping that we get some cool things out of this. So they're releasing the whole cast, and 2 that I wanted to highlight were Twitch, I believe that's Twitch, and Grimlock. Because Grimlock actually looks decent. Not going to get it, but I think it looks cool. And Twitch looks decent, except for those hands. Like, at that point, don't even make them 5mm pegs.
I'm not sure if that's Twitch, but...
Is it not Twitch? Is it Thrash? I don't think it's Thrash.
I don't think it's Twitch. I think Twitch is the main character on there, and it's bad that I've watched the first episode probably 12 times, and I think that, I mean, that doesn't look like Twitch. I don't think Twitch turns into an owl, but I could be wrong. I may be correcting you and I'm wrong myself, but I don't think so. But I know you were in for this owl character, whatever his name is.
No, when they showed off the silhouette, maybe, but I can't get over those hands.
Well, yeah.
Like, they're so small and the plastic's so thin, and it's like, I'd rather it just have fists. Because they just look unnatural.
Yeah, I still think you should pick it up. Honestly,
I'm not gonna. I don't like that head. I think you should get it. I think it's cool. Now, if they do a Prowl repaint, then I'll be picking this up.
I mean, why wait? Just get
Prowl
both.
2 turns into an owl.
I don't know. My Prowl turns into a cop car, a Datsun.
You can make an argument that it's the same character.
No. Why would you like go from being a car to being an owl? Like
it's complicated. Let's just say it's complicated and move on. So, are you going to be picking up any of these Earthrise characters?
Not unless my daughter wants them.
That's a very good reason to. I'm not going to be getting any of them either. I saw the one that I wanted, which was that motorcycle, and I still passed on it. I was like, it's still $15. But anyways, you put this down on the news when we were talking. I'm surprised that you even put this down. We haven't talked about Diaclone besides Transformers Diaclone. This is the new version of Diaclone, and this is Takara's Da-103 Dark Knight Waruda Legion Varja limited exclusive. That is a mouthful. And I'm assuming since you wanted to talk about this, you'll be getting about 3 of them so you can make a giant guy because they all come apart and they're modular.
Actually, I just wanted to hear you say the name. That's why I put it in there.
Hey, I did pretty good that time, didn't I?
Yeah.
Um,
No,
it,
I thought this was something you would really like.
I think they're really cool. I just think they're a little over my price range for something that's not a Transformer. It's like $200, I think. Um, Honestly, it reminds me of this particular one. Reminds me of RID Megatron, the
Mm,
dragon that had the wings. That's what that robot mode reminds me of. And I really, it has a whole bunch of alt modes because they're modular. But I picked this worm
right.
thing because it was the most interesting out of
This is
all of them.
why I like the bot mode caught my eye, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, literally the horns, the weapons, the wings.
Mhm. It
Even
looks cool.
the bracelets around his fist or whatever those
Uh-huh.
are. I was just like, oh, this looks like it's right up James' alley. And then I saw
Yeah.
the transformation, or not what it transformed into, and I was like, I have absolutely no idea what this is. This screams James all over it. It's weird and crazy, and it's some type of, to me, it's some type of beast thing. I was just like, yeah, this is all James right here. Let's see if he likes it.
I do like it. I just don't like the price. It's just that seems to be a running theme for me. Um, Now these have been knocked off before, so if this one gets a knockoff, then it might the knockoff might be knocking at my door, but we'll see.
Yeah, this will be if it knocks on my door, I'm gonna be like, you got the wrong door.
Oh, you'd buy it for $25.
My ring camera's
Let's
gonna be
move
like, no.
into. Are you going to be buying this? This is, I guess. I thought we talked about this, but the other one was a cheetah. This
A
one's a
cheetah.
wolf. I didn't realize that. I almost put this in the updates. So this is the Earthspark burning chain claw images. So it's an Earthspark character, but it's from a Rise of the Beast mold. You can tell it's a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive. And it will be, you can buy a Earthspark Spin Changer Optimus Prime or Spin Changer Bumblebee and get this for free. I would rather just buy this without that other character because I think this isn't bad looking for being a free exclusive that you get with something.
I really like this actually.
Really?
I
Oh
I
wow.
love I love I love the wolf mode. That looks really cool. And the chainsaw looks really cool. It looks like it has hearts on the side. So while he's cutting it up, he's cutting you with love. But I think I think it looks really cool. To me, I see it. So I'm gonna take a page out of your book. In my head, I see it as, that plague episode again. So this
Yeah.
is, this would be what started the plague.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
that's, and if I did have that cheetah, then it would be like these two animals were fighting, and their blood somehow did something and started the plague. I don't know. The plague is as far as I
Hey,
got.
I like that imagination. It's better than what I mostly hear from you.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's all done with love, per that chainsaw.
Let's move on to something that I know you like, and that's Legends figures. But let's get one more further to that, and let's talk about some movieverse Legends figures. So I know you're chomping at the bit for this. What do you think?
Honestly, it doesn't look bad.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm assuming it's supposed to be a Prime, but considering that there's no color on here, I don't see Prime. So it could be something else as a new figure to me, which makes it look
Well,
good.
they did show the movie Prime silhouette with the question mark in it. So this is going to be movie Prime. It looks a lot better than that other Legends movie Prime. That who was it? I forgot the company that made it, but that skateboard looking one, I think this looks a lot better than that.
Yeah, that is very true. And there is a lot of panels that you see on here, which is, I guess, okay. Maybe in color it'll look a little less obvious, but it looks pretty cool. And with all those tabs and things, it makes me think there's a lot of steps to transforming it, which also makes it fun. It doesn't. I mean, the couple of legends that I have, there's several steps, but nothing's crazy out of the ordinary. And I hope that this would be the same way.
Yeah, I think it would be. And before I forget, this, I guess the company's name is Bailan, Bailan. That's what I found when doing research, but I think it looks fine. I'll be interested to see more on this, even though I won't be picking it up for obvious reasons.
I see Billy in the corner, but that's just me.
I'm just saying that's what I found. Let's move on to this. So this is Iacon 3D Labs, and they're doing a tune chest for Fans Toys Blaster. So you're not getting the gold chest. How many of these are you going to be buying?
Since I only have one blaster, I will not be buying. Well, only one Fans Toys Blaster. I guess I got to be specific on that. I don't think I'll be buying this again. I don't like removing pins, even though I had to end up buying a tool because of the QC issues I've had. And so if I don't have to remove pins, I won't. But this is really cool. I like what they've done here, and it looks really good. Actually, on the far right, that does look really good. I don't know if maybe if they're at TFCon or something like that, I'd slip it in my bag or something like that as a impulse buy. I have to see how much they cost.
I couldn't find that, but I think it looks fine for what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not buying it because I don't have the Fan Toys, but let's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the blaster was fine for what it was. I do like upgrades, and I do like when we can make the figures as realistic to tune or whatever concept we're going for. So I don't know if it's like, I don't know, $10-15 maybe, I would get it.
That to me, that sounds appropriate for this.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's move on to this guy. So this is Mastermind Creations M48NP Nox Promenon. So they're doing another Nemesis Prime. So here's all it comes with a lot of junk. So that's really cool. I guess this is going to be RID Scourge, and here's more pictures. Now, what do you think about this, Bobby?
I want to hear from the Nemesis collector.
Okay, I really like this. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I almost put a pre-order in, not gonna lie, and then I put my finger back because I'm hoping that knockoff company comes out with this. I'd rather it be bigger. Not even the price. The price isn't bad. It's only $120, and it also wasn't for pre-order at the place where I like to buy Transformers. So that's another reason why I didn't pre-order. But I really like this color scheme. It's giving me the big Universe Nemesis Prime, which was a woolly mammoth vibes with that brown kind of in there, the brown copper, whatever you want to call it. So I'm sure this will end up in my collection one way or the other, to be quite honest with you. Scourge is one of my, that is my Scourge. Sorry. He doesn't turn into a weird floating boat. He turns into Nemesis Prime. So I'm very happy that they're coming out with, and I need the Nemesis Prime in this mold.
Yes.
I already have this mold as a Nemesis Prime. So there's a lot going on there. Honestly, I already got the okay to order it from my better half. I just waited because I want to see what else is out there.
I mean, isn't it going to take like 6 months, a year, if not longer, for them to do a repaint? Or, excuse me, a knockoff?
No, well, they already have the mold. We talked about it last time.
Okay. Oh, that's, yeah.
That Optimus, that's already the mold. So I'd rather save this money and get a 10-inch tall figure.
But how long did it take for that knockoff to come out?
But if they already got the mold, how fast is it going to be for them to come out with the Nemesis color?
I guess.
I'm just saying, I'm not putting any money down, one, unless it comes to my favorite store, where I get a lot of points from it. Because then it's like, winning on both ends, or 2, I'll see it at TFCon and buy it because it's not a bad price. $120 is not bad for it. We've talked before, and we said 120 is kind of like the sweet spot for a figure. I do really like it though. I'm just waiting to see what else comes out. I don't think this is going to sell out. There was already a Nemesis. I don't even know what this color scheme is trying to be. I just like it.
Okay. I'm interested in it.
Really? Oh, wow. That's what I was expecting.
I am interested in it, and I don't know why. And this is the second time that this has happened in as many times as we've been online that there's a figure that I like, or I'm in one case I bought. In this case, I'm thinking about buying. I really think I like this pose right here. The pose on the left with him holding this axe is really cool. And I said that I started to look at the Cybertronian vehicles a little bit more. So I think I may be picking this up.
Wow, that surprises me. Now I'm going to have to pick it up. I have to one-up you.
Yeah,
we'll be buying 2 of them.
I think you should.
Well, I think you should. I think I like it's a really unique color scheme, and that's what I like about it. It's obviously Nemesis Prime, but it's unique,
And it has a lot of teal on there. That's why I was like, there's teal everywhere.
I was like, you sent me that because he texted this to me earlier today, and I was like, ooh. Let me call my wife real quick. So I'll be waiting. TFCon's coming up. Who knows? Maybe Chosen Prime will have this there with them, and I can pick it up there. Well, it says it's not coming out to December, but we all know how finicky these retailers are and manufacturers. So
yeah. So I will be putting the pre-order in.
I don't blame you. Well, now I'm going to have to do the same. Thank you, Bobby. Let's move on to some updates. Now, this is going to be an I Spy for you. What are we looking at here?
Oh, hey. So I see the Toys boat on the right. I see their whatever that thing is in the middle. It's
a gun. It's a rail gun or something.
Rail gun. That's what I was thinking of. The rail gun, which I have pre-ordered. On the far left, I guess that's the Prime thing that I don't like, that I won't be getting. So I already have the it's Turpin test something with a T. I have it. It's great. I have the blast effects on it. I did get the upgraded. It's really, really cool. So I do like that. The railgun I have pre-ordered, and I'm waiting on that to come in, and I'll be skipping on the one on the far left. That's all for you.
So you don't remember? You don't see what this is, do you?
Oh, wait, that's a Power Baser.
No, that's TFC's Tactical Commander that we talked about last week in that winged version. I guess it's going to be a Nemesis Prime.
I just saw the boots on that thing.
I think it's funny that we just talked about this. I don't know when these pictures were posted. Somebody posted it in the forum that I look at for this particular figure. If it's a Nemesis Prime and it's in that mold, it's bought. I don't care. That's one of my favorite molds. And like we've talked about, it was my toy of the year last year.
Yeah, but the alt mode
got a comment. What?
The alt mode doesn't look like that though to me.
They changed it so they can have wings and Gatling guns and stuff. It's different. It's a remold.
It is. Okay, maybe I take back what I said a little bit there. Oh.
Yeah. No, if this comes out, like I said, when it comes out, yes, this is, and part of me thinks it is coming out soon because they're re-releasing the other ones, which means they have the molds out. Let's get some money with those people coming in, and then let's put out the new product.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, this is The teal on the wings looks so good. This is bot. This is... the other Nemesis Prime we just looked at, I don't know. I kind of like it. We got to see where it goes. This one, it's like, here's $200 right off the bat. This was one of my I think it's probably one of my all-time favorite Primes as a figure itself. Not as Optimus Prime, but as a figure itself.
I'm not going to go that far, but I think I have to see that. I have to see some other versions or other views, I should say, of that alt mode.
Let's go back really quick. It looks very blocky.
Now I see. I do see. Okay, I do see where that mode is. All right. So it looks like it's a trailer. So it's almost like a Nemesis. Rodimus Prime.
I think it's trying to be like Nova Prime. Remember, let's go back to the robot mode. Remember the robot, the Nova Prime that's coming out?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could not. So I could the winged Prime. That's why I couldn't think of Nova. Yes.
So I think that's who this is going for. And Nova Prime did have a Nemesis version and a white version, but everybody's more iconic of the white version. I didn't read those comics. I know about them, but I didn't read them. But yeah, this looks amazing. From this blurry, glared picture that I could see, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and they hide the teal in the alt mode, so it looks.
But who knows? They have this is the only picture I could find on the whole internet about this. So maybe on some Chinese site you could find better pictures, but come out with it already, TFC.
Yeah,
and this also makes me think TFC and Toy Easy are the same company.
Hey, I don't know. The transformations are totally different, but it's possible.
Completely different, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Enough of this Prime. Let's move on to another Prime. So this is Pingu Toys PT-01 Commander. It'll be 45 centimeters tall, so I think that's roughly 18 inches tall. There's a whole bunch of metal parts on it, and it has LEDs. Now, as a masterpiece collector, do you need a giant Prime to go up against Devastator in your collection?
I don't. And honestly, I told you that I wasn't going to pick this up. and I know I said I don't need a Prime this big. I'm leaving the gate open.
Okay. All right.
I have to see how much it is. And the only reason is because I have a Prime shelf that I'm kind of doing now, or a Prime case that I'm doing now. And so this would be able to go into that Prime case.
I heard it's also a knockoff of the Magic Square MP mold, which I got the Ultra Magnus in. And it's a really good mold. So if this is that, I think you would be fine.
And I have the Optimus Prime version.
Oh, did you get that?
Yes. I got the EX version with more of the die cast in it.
Yeah, so if you already know this mold, so you should I think you would like it. And if it is a KO, I think this thing's gonna be like $80.
I mean, that would be ideal because their Omega Supreme was like $80 that they knocked off. So,
and they undersized that one and they're oversized this one. But who knows? This I think will have more parts. So
yeah,
look for it in Bobby's collection when it comes out.
Yeah, we'll see.
The next one that I think you're going to be getting is the Iron Factory Girls series. I guess that's what they're calling it. And this is Starwing original film. So I'm assuming they're doing multiple Starscreams, and this is G1. So when are you picking this up?
Right after you get the whole Iron Age collection.
Iron Age collection? What's that?
The whole collection of Iron Age figures. Like all of them.
Iron Factory, you mean?
Yeah, them too. So I'm hungry. Iron Age is a restaurant, is a Korean Korean barbecue restaurant over here, and so I just had a Freudian slip there. So yes, I'm hungry. I want some Korean barbecue right now. So Iron Factory, excuse me. Yes, when you get the whole Iron Factory collection, I will pick this up gladly.
Okay, well, I guess you're not picking this up then.
No,
it doesn't look
cool,
bad
though.
for what it is.
Yeah, it does look good. It does. It looks. I actually think it looks good. I'm gonna go a step further and says it looks good.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't like the armatures for the guns. They're unique, but I don't care for them. I don't. If maybe they weren't in black, maybe if they were in white, it would be a different story. But they're too distracting from the rest of the figure.
You know, I would actually like them probably in like a. I want them to be different than the rest of the figure, so maybe like a light silver, you know, or a toned down silver or a toned down gray. I would like them to be different, but I actually like the armatures because she's I guess a human, so it's almost like a battle suit. So I like that aspect. I don't like human Transformers, Noah, but but
I was gonna say that this is better than Noah at the very least.
Yeah, this looks. I think it's cute. Hey, if I had a chance to get an armored suit, I wouldn't mind having something like this. I'd leave off the ears though. I'd leave off the ears.
All right, but not you'll leave your thighs exposed then.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, you gotta.
I get hot. I get hot.
Now, if they did make a Nemesis version of an Optimus Prime, that would be the only one I would consider getting just to go with my Nemesis collection. Just like I bet you would get an Optimus version to go with your Optimus collection.
Probably not, but good try.
All right, let's move on to this. So this is MS Toys Tornado Whirlwind, and I kind of like that name because it's two things for Vortex. And it doesn't look as good as the other ones, I've got to say. It looks chunkier.
He does look chunky in the chest.
That's not. I'm not digging at it. It still looks good. It just doesn't look as good as that Swindle or that Brawl, or even the Onslaught.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. This is probably, you know, my least favorite of the all four of them that they've released so far. But I don't know. Again, Bruticus was never my favorite combiner. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say negative about it. I just don't have a lot to say positive about it as well. It completes the set.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's move on to what's incoming then. And the first one is all for you. I know you've been pining for these. And how many of these sets did you already buy?
So I already have one. But I actually bought this at TFCon LA when we were there in March. I actually picked this up.
You got the fourth party one? Or you got the original one?
It was a fourth party one that I picked up.
Oh, okay. Well, they're coming out with another fourth party KO.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking at it right now that I haven't. Oh gosh, I forgot about these that I haven't opened yet. Oh, I got to put these up too. So for anybody who's watched our shorts, guess what? There's bonus scenes. So oh goodness. Oh, I forgot about these guys. Okay, so we have some bonus scenes. So yeah, I did pick this up, and this is clearly going to be the only Computron that I'm going to get right now, and that's why I jumped on it. Literally, I was at TFCon and walking, and I said, gosh, I really want a Computron. Why won't they come out with a Computron? And then, bam, I see this. And I said, oh, ring it up. And the guy said, well, actually, I said, shut up. Don't tell me how much it is. Ring it up before I change my mind. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, yes, I did get this.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next we have another Legends movie figure, and it doesn't look bad. Just like that Optimus we looked at earlier, I think it looks fine for what it is. I really want to see the transformation, and it is tiny in vehicle mode. very, very tiny. So I'd be interested to watch a review on this, but that's probably about as far as it would go.
I just don't like that Bumblebee head. You know, give me the
I was going to say, I think it's better than the other movie Bumblebee.
Yes,
that's why I picked this picture.
Yes. You know, but he, you know, that looks more like a bee head, you know, like the actual insect head, and so Bumblebee, okay, makes sense in that scheme of things, but I don't know. I like the boots on them. That's kind of cool. You know, looks like some tactical boots. I like the little hand or arm sword thing, arm machete, whatever you want to call it. The lights in the front are definitely not the lights on the alt mode, so that's a little weird there. But it actually doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. Actually, it doesn't look bad at all. And this would probably be a movie figure that I would pick up compared to all the other movie figures. I think this would be my go-to, which is ironic because it's a Bumblebee.
If it was in another color, I might pick it up, but I probably wouldn't. Like, if I had to pick up a movie figure, I'd probably pick a Legends figure because then I'd be spending the least amount of money on it. All right, so let's get into what was recently released. And one Bumblebee to another, we've got Pingu Toys PTO5 Fury Bee. I'm still disappointed that they chose this color scheme. Because this looks cool. I just don't want a Bumblebee, movie versus Bumblebee of all things, in my collection.
I'm not going to go with it looks cool. I do wish it was a different color. Mine would have forever lived in the alt mode. I do not like the way this looks in bot mode at all. That was really weird. But I do like those big thrusters on his back in the left. I think they should probably, maybe he's coming down, maybe he's landing, since it looks like those thrusters are pushing him down. But he looks really back heavy, like he has a lot going on. His shoulders should be really heavy as hell. But yeah, he would have been forever in alt mode if I had him.
Yeah, I can forgive a lot of that stuff. I mean, it's originally a Studio Series figure, and all those figures seem to be completely backpack, and then it comes around them when they transform. But I don't mind the alt mode. We both have a version of this mold. We just repainted it.
Mine is still broken apart.
Mine's right there in black. But I would totally pick this up when it comes out in black. But I'm not painting another version of this mold. Next, we've got another KO, and that is Six Shot from Jinbao. I guess they're calling it Six Faces Ninja. So it's pretty on par. I think it's a upsize of Iron Factory's Six Shot. Now, Bobby, are you going to be picking up another Six Shot?
I am not, but are you?
No, because I actually got that black, what was it, Jetfire in? And even though it's bigger than a Voyager class Seeker from the new one, it still looks small to me. I can't get it past my head. It still looks tiny. And I'm like, it's fun to transform. I like it. Maybe we'll do a quick review on it sometime. But it still looks like a Legends figure, and I can't get over it. So I'm not getting another figure that I'm going to do that for, even if it's $25.
But don't you love Six Shot? And that name is kind of cool. That name is cool.
Yeah, Six Shot is one of my favorite Decepticons, the color, blah, blah, blah. But I would have wanted the US colors, which is more greeny than blue, which they already released. And I guess I missed that when it came out. Because I've always liked that more green toy color look, personally. But yeah, $25. I'll put that $25 of this and that $35 with the Frankenstein, and I'll put them together, and I'll get a trans art figure. How's that sound?
I mean, I guess that's okay. The next 6-shot that I purchased, knock on wood, is going to be the Fans Toys Hydra. I am still looking for that, and so I don't want anything else unless it's MP scale that I don't already have, because that's the last one I think I'm missing. So it'd have to be that or something new.
All right. Well, we'll see if you get that. But I'm assuming this is already on its way to you.
It is. And actually, I think we're like, I don't know, maybe later this week. I'm hoping that would be really cool. If not, early next week is what I'm looking at. But
yes,
the other version, great. That jet mode is amazing looking. And so I'm so excited about this. In fact, I love the jet mode so much that I ended up buying the Fex Hobby diorama just so I could put this on top of that and have the other Fans Hobby figures inside. So yeah, problem.
a little bit. I really like this. This is the one I intended to get, and then I forgot about it, and now it's sold out. So I'm not buying it. Honestly, I don't have much regrets. I just want it because it's a cool looking figure, but I have no ties to the character.
Well, maybe you'll be able to pick this up at TFCon.
True. We'll see what they have in store. And if they do, I might pick it up. We'll have to see.
I'll rub mine in your face until then.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead. All right. That's everything we have for you. Please like, comment, share. And what else am I missing, Bobby? Subscribe. The big one. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and hit the little bell. Hit the hit. It's like down here somewhere. Go hit it.
Yeah,
and
we like that.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see you guys really soon.
Yes. As always, till all debates are won. Countdown is on to TFCon.
Yeah, hope to see you guys there.